Hello
Yes, sir.
everyone, we are going to start the basic substance today. In last class, we have already covered about the acidic substance, their properties and their uses in our daily life, even in industrial level. Okay, so today we are going to cover the basic substance. Means those substance they are basic in nature. Okay. See, first we have already discussed in last class about the nature of basic substance. Okay, so first I'm just going to write definition here of the basic substance. So substance which are bitter to taste, bitter to taste are called as basic substance. Okay, are called as basic substance. So now we are going to understand with notes. Substance containing bases are called as basic substance. And basis means what? That we have wrote here definition. So I'm writing here basis or base. Okay. For example we have beta sodium hydroxide. See, we have example NaOH. So NaOH is called as sodium hydroxide. We have calcium hydroxide. It is CaOH in bracket. We had twice. Yes. Okay. For example, of the bases are used in laboratory. Okay. So these are the chemicals which are used in laboratory, in lab, chemistry lab. Okay. So corn starch, fresh egg white, okay, etc. are other example of the basis. Okay, see corn starch. Okay, corn starch. The corn, you know, the Indian corn, and the starch present in corn is basic in nature. Even fresh eggs. Okay, egg white. You know that we have two parts in egg. One is called egg yolk, which is yellow in color, and this is called as yolk white. Okay, so that yolk white also contain base. Are other example of the natural bases. Okay, now bases may be strong irritating order. Okay, so they are very strong. Irritating order.
And irritating order.
Yes, strong and irritating odor means like you will feel sneezing when once you will inhale that. Okay, so you will feel burning sensation in nose also. This is called as strong irritating odor.
Basis.
Yes,
Black
and
water.
should be used with the caution. That's why we had to use proper precaution before going to use such strong substance, basic substance. They can harm the skin and eyes also because they are very strong, so they may cause harm effect on eyes as well as on skin. Okay, so I want everyone had to take a screenshot for that first. Yeah, now we are going to understand about the strong and weak bases.
Basis.
As we had strong acid and strong base, likewise we have strong base and weak bases also. So, like acid and base, they can be strong or weak on the basis of their concentration. Okay, how much they are present in the particular substance. On that basis, we are dividing them into two categories, strong and weak. And generally, weak bases are naturally occurring, like acid does, and strong acid or base, they are synthesized in laboratory. Okay, now we'll discuss from the notes now. Strong base are very corrosive and can burn the skin. Okay, because they have very high concentration. That's why they can corrode the matter as well as they can harm skin also. That's why whenever we are going to use such compound, maybe acid or maybe base, we have to take proper precaution and in supervision of the expert. These bases should be handled carefully. Okay, whatever the substance, they are very dangerous. We had to like you know we can like whenever we are going to use during the experiment or practical in a school or maybe somewhere else, we have to handle them carefully. Otherwise, we can get harmed by these type of substance. Okay, next. Caustic soda, it is also called as potassium hydroxide. It is also called as potassium hydroxide. Or we have sodium hydroxide. It is also like sodium hydroxide, it is sodium NaOH. It is also called as caustic soda, not potassium.
Sir, sodium hydroxide is a
Yes, sodium
name is
hydroxide and caustic potash is called as
no, sir,
potassium
that the
hydroxide.
chemical name is NaOH.
Yeah, it is sodium hydroxide. NaOH is sodium hydroxide, which is called as caustic soda. And like caustic potash is called as potassium hydroxide, called KOH. Are the strong and corrosive bases? They are
corrosive
very
bases.
strong. Yes. So I'm writing here NaOH is sodium hydroxide and it is called as caustic soda. Caustic.
Sir, what
soda.
is the meaning of caustic soda, sir?
Wait a second. And then we have KOH. It is a common name. It is a common name provided to them. Caustic soda and caustic potash.
Sir, what is the meaning of them, sir?
Okay, this is the name only. Name. Like common name. We have two types of like nomenclature for the compound. Okay, one is called common name and other is called IUPAC name. So like sodium hydroxide, which is caustic soda, and potassium hydroxide, or which is caustic potash, they are the common name. Okay. Okay. So generally, yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we'll discuss next. Okay. So on the other hand, copper hydroxide. See, copper hydroxide. So it is hydroxide of copper. Okay. Zinc hydroxide. Hydroxide of zinc. And ammonium hydroxide. Hydroxide of ammonia are the weak bases. So very important. You have to remember example of weak bases and strong bases also. Aluminum hydroxide is produced from dissolving ammonia, which is NH3 in water. So whenever we are going to dissolve ammonia, that will form ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH, like NH4OH. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
we are going to understand the properties of bases. So what, as we discussed like before, these are going to use in like chemical laboratories, like in school also, in order to perform many experiments. Okay, so now we are going to understand one by one about the properties of bases. So some of the characteristic property of the bases are: number one, here we have like bases are bitter to taste. We already gone through that. They are bitter to taste. A bitter taste is characteristic character or the feature of the bases. Solution of bases are slippery to touch. Okay, they are slippery to touch, and we have already gone through that in definition part in first lecture, introduction part only. If you apply a drop or two of a very dilute solution of the sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide on your finger, then and you will rub, then you will feel like it is slippery. It is slippery. Next property, bases may or may not soluble in water. Few bases are soluble in water and few are not. Bases that can dissolve in water are called as alkalis. Very important. What are alkalis? Those bases when they dissolve in water are called as alkalis.
Bases which dissolve in water are called.
Yes, are called as alkalis. And sodium, sorry. Some example of like soluble bases are, we have alkalis. So just do remember, suppose here we have a modern periodic table. Huh? Suppose here we have the modern periodic table like this. Means where we have arranged element in increasing order of their atomic number. Okay. So element of first group, here we have like here we have sodium, hydrogen here, but it is not the metal. So we are discussing about lithium, sodium, then we have potassium, cesium. Okay, all these are the alkali metals. Alkali means their hydroxide are dissolved in water. They are soluble in water. Okay, that's why they are called as alkali metals. Okay, so sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide, okay, are dissolved in water. That's why they are called as alkalis. Now we are going to understand about the uses of bases. Very important. So calcium hydroxide, which is also called as slagged lime, and when it is been formed, when calcium carbonate CaCO3, when dissolved in water, okay, when dissolved in water, it use calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice, it is calcium hydroxide, and carbon dioxide gases releases. But here we are discussing about the calcium hydroxide, which is formed when calcium carbonate dissolved in water.
Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Yes, so it is used to neutralize the acid in soil. Okay, so suppose due to pollution, we are getting like acid rain. So that acidic substance can be neutralized by adding calcium hydroxide or slag lime in soil. It is okay. See what happens. You know the acid rain. Acid rain.
Yes, sir.
Yes, when acid rain falls, so soil get absorb water. So the soil will also get acidic in nature. So and like in acidic nature, crop will not produce properly. That's why we had to like neutralize that acid present in the soil. So we can neutralize that by adding slacked lime, which is sodium hydroxide.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
yeah, it is an ingredient in whitewash and the mortar. Okay, so whitewash, suppose we are building the home and we are applying the white paint on the wall, so that time we are using that basis also. So it is used for preparation of whitewash and mortar. You know what is mortar?
No, sir.
Okay, see, bases are used in whitewash and mortar. So now we are going to understand what is whitewash and mortar one by one. Okay, see, whitewash, when you prepare your home, so you are applying, the white colored powder. There we are using calcium hydroxide in order to make our wall waterproof sometime. Okay, probably you must be like knowing when new home are being prepared, so we are applying whitewash to that, is it or not?
Yes, sir.
So what we are doing basically, we are that dissolving calcium carbonate in water, and that calcium carbonate in water, and it forms calcium hydroxide. Okay, so that is that white, which is the solution we are using in whitewash. Okay. Okay. And now, what is first we have to understand what is mortar is. So mortar are nothing but let me make you diagram over here so that you will understand. So in Ayurvedic, generally Ayurved doctors, they are using that container here. They used to like made medicine here. Okay, so here this is the container and that rod like structure, and they have like very broad bottom here, so that they can mash the whatever the drug they are going to prepare from the plant product. Okay, so this is called as beta mortar. So they are prepared by using the select lime and bases also. Okay, very important, and it appears white in color. This appears white in color.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now next, it is a component of Bordurex mixture, which
Sir,
is
what is
used.
Bordurex
Yes,
mixture?
yes. We will discuss that. What is Bordurex is? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Which is used to protecting agricultural crops from the pest. Okay. See. Borax is nothing but the chemical substance which is formed by the bases. Okay, which is formed by the bases, and which can be used to like protect crop from the pest. So that, and generally suppose here we have the crop field. Let me draw here. Suppose here we have the crop field, and we are generally providing that Borax. It is a chemical near the like this part of the crop field, so that whatever the pest they are going to enter from this area into the crop field, they will not enter. Okay, and see here we have Borax. So these are nothing but the mixture which is made by using bases. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And Borax mixture is generally it is made up of, it is nothing but a chemical substance which can kill the pest, even fungi also. And generally for the preparation of Borax we are using copper sulfate and calcium hydroxide, mixture of both. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Next, it is used in the preparation of dry mixture for painting and decorating. So you must be knowing that we are applying like putty on the wall during the painting, is it? So which is nothing but the material, white material, which is used to fill the gap or to plane our walls before painting. Okay,
Yes,
so that dry mixture, that white dry mixture is also made up of the bases.
Okay.
Generally, calcium carbonate and the water is being it is being dissolved in water, and that paste is being used.
Okay, sir.
Magnesium hydroxide, okay, very important. Magnesium hydroxide, which is also called as milk of magnesia.
yes.
Milk of magnesia. Yes.
Sir,
हाँ बेटा.
sir, even quick lime also neutralizes. We can use.
Yes, quick lime is that calcium hydroxide. When we dissolve calcium carbonate in water, we form quick lime. Okay, lime water. It is also called as lime water. Yeah. Okay. Next, it is used as an antacid. Antacid means the substance which is used against acid or to like reduce the acidic nature. These are called as antacid. Okay,
Yes.
or they are also called as laxative. Very important. They are called antacid or laxative. It helps to correct excess acidity in the stomach. Okay, so generally what we are doing, we are using like some sodas. Okay, so they contain like carbonate, and when we use like basic substance and we use to drink them, so they directly reaches to our stomach, and HCl present in stomach get neutralized. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah. So bases are also used
Sir?
as antacid. Yes.
sir, how does the excess acidity leads in stomach, sir? Means what?
Okay. So generally, if you are not eating particular day, so but your gastric gland will secrete hydrochloric acid continuously. Okay. So
Yes.
if that like hydrochloric acid is being not used in your stomach, so it causes hyperacidity and acidity takes place.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Sodium hydroxide, which is nothing but the caustic soda, is used in manufacturing of the paper and the textile. Okay, so that sodium hydroxide is used for treating the material which is used for paper, like in paper and textile industries. In homes also, it is occasionally used to unblock the drain. Drainage, if it is being blocked, so we are using that caustic soda or sodium hydroxide to clean the drain. It is used in manufacturing of the soap also. Okay, even in detergent. So soap and detergent are being used by like preparation. They are being prepared by using sodium hydroxide. Okay, so this is all about the basis. So I want, if you have any kind of doubt in basis, you can ask the question.